Show. They love their coffee, they make you smile. Come on and join and sit a while. It's the Ann Lynn Show. Show them love, show you care. Like and subscribe, share if you dare. It's the Ann Lynn Show. Granny's having coffee talk. These two sisters really rock.
It's the Ann Lynn Show. Here's Ann Lynn.
Let me say that again. Guys, we gotta hit your mic. Unmuted. You have to unmute yourself there, Jesse.
I haven't said anything.
There you go.
Quiet. We've had all day.
Hold on. Where's my clock? Wake up, Ann! Wake up!
Okay, everybody, can you hear us? Woohoo! All right. Today we have with us from
Who do we have?
Rambling with the Brums. Woo! And Jesse and Lisa from Lazy Days Ahead. Woo!
Hey.
Welcome everybody.
Oh, it's
Wind
so-
down. That'll music will get you going.
Yeah, I like that intro today.
You like that? It's a little different, so we can get going. Woo-hoo!
Great job.
I like it.
Boy, we have so many people here. I can't name them all because the chat's just flying by.
Aren't you
Yeah,
glad?
well, I hope you don't mind. We went ahead and co-streamed. You sent us that link.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And Scott, you can too if you have a ability there. Yeah, I want you to. That's great. Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
I don't think I can.
Oh, because it's probably one.
No, I'm on my iPad, and
Oh,
fat
gotcha.
fingers equals hitting wrong buttons equals
Okay.
goodbye.
We know what that's like.
Good morning. Well, you want to shout out to your people?
Yes.
Hello, people.
Hello, community of Rambling with the Brums and Lazy Days Ahead. Woo-hoo!
Yes,
And our
thank you all.
Ann Lynn people.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. Yeah, welcome to the Laverne and Shirley Show.
I never miss an episode.
Yeah. Sometimes I think we kind of, that, aren't we?
No, I think we're more like Lucy and
And Ethel. I accused our mom and dad of that because they were funny.
well, I think
I wanna-
cameraman.
We gotta take a minute and recognize a channel that we need to say special thank you to. Sherman Family Farm. Woo, woo. They shouted us out on their community channel. So I want to
Right on.
say thank you.
Thank you.
Mwah, that gets some granny kisses. Thank you. We really appreciate that when people do that.
Well, I tell you, didn't it start with a spank? Spank.
Oh, spanking the watermelon.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was funny.
and that's who spanks the watermelon right here.
I didn't know it was a real thing, or I'd been spanking a long time ago.
Yep. We like him so much, we even have a blade with his name on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
I know. I was like,
I think we found a watermelon from his place there at Kroger's yesterday or day before. It had
No way.
It had his seal on it. Yeah, the ones he was showing.
We think.
We
Yeah.
think it's the same one, but
Can't remember the numbers he had.
Oh,
The numbers are all the same for all the watermelons. His is like a little watermelon fella. That's the cartoon that's on his sticker.
Oh, yes.
Oh, then it wasn't.
it
well,
wasn't
that's
it. Yeah.
cool.
It's a
Okay.
big number 4321, I think it was.
Yeah, it's 4321, but that's watermelons.
Yeah,
And
that's
Oh.
bananas will be under 4211 or something.
yeah.
And then apples are different, and they all have their own customer code. But
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Well, Lynn, what did you say you thought was behind me?
Okay, everyone. Do you see that pretty little blue basket behind her container? I said, Anne, you need to move that. It looks like cat litter box.
I said, that's my filing.
I was
That's
gonna say,
her
it looks like
filing.
an inbox. Looks like an inbox
That's
to
my
me.
Well,
inbox.
to me this morning,
My
it struck
inbox.
me like it looks like a cat litter box. I'm
Well,
sorry.
in corporate world, what's the difference?
Yeah.
True that.
I know. When I worked in an office for 30 some years, and we were going paperless. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
File
Paperless
5
don't
years.
work.
File
Yeah.
13, right? File 13.
Huh? But yeah.
File
But
13.
yeah, the big push was we're gonna go paperless, everybody, and so blah blah blah. Never happened.
Well, they
No.
went paperless, but
Well-
then now they had to put paper to back up all the electronics.
Right.
Exactly.
And when we used to have one job I had was not over shipping, but worked with shipping, and we made all the shipping papers for them. And when the computers were down, we had to have a backup, which was you wrote them out.
Right. And
You wrote them out.
we were going paperless right before Y2K.
Mm.
We started using computers in 1995 as a way to do business. Well, they started saying, "Well, let's go paperless." Well, then Y2K was coming up, and they were freaking out that we weren't going to be able to transition all our data over, and so then we had to file copies of everything on paper, and then it never stopped after that.
No.
So
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah.
good. Look at that chat going. You got 14 people in the house. We got
I know.
Danny Days. We have my sister. Actually, I got both my sisters here, Danny and Glenda. Woohoo!
Woohoo. And we have New Beginnings, My Everyday Life in Rural Cyprus. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
My youngest son went to college, and every 6 months, the college he went to, he was rotated out with a new roommate they were international. So one of his roommates was from Korea, never been to America. And so he had him for 6 months. And then he had a gentleman he had Vladimir from Russia. And then he had a fellow from Cyprus.
Wow.
And he made like they'd make a big pot of food, and they would get in there with their, and eat it. And so, yeah, I give a shout out to Cyprus because John really, really liked his roommate from Cyprus. They just really bonded. And the guy from Russia, he gave him a Russian flag, and he said, it's been nice being cellmates.
Oh. And we have Terry Leonard here, Conquest Josh.
I know.
Next week, I am going to have a special co-host.
You are.
I know.
I am for the first time because Lynn's not going to be here.
No.
And I'm going to have Conquest Josh as my co-host for the show. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Maybe we'll go fishing or we'll pretend.
I know. Conquest Josh came in as our guest, and he was on the lake fishing, guys. It was so much fun. And his mom and his grandfather showed up, and it was just really so sweet. No, my husband is going to have a total left hip replacement next Wednesday.
Finally.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
And he'll be
well,
like I had the other
person.
one done.
You better be careful because he can run with both legs now.
I say this in total endearment. Sucks to be him.
Just for a little while till you
Just for a
start
little
feeling
while,
better. Yeah. And then like Jesse said, Lynn's gonna have to watch out.
Yeah.
We'll be chasing her.
Well, a little early today because he is going to get a spinal epidural today. So he's really getting stuff, guys.
Well,
it means he can go get a job now. He's retired. He can get a part-time job.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not why you retire.
That's what
At
you
least that's not
want.
why I retired, to get a part-time job.
What are you
YouTube,
talking?
YouTube is enough of a job. You don't
Yeah.
need to go
That's
out
true.
there.
No, that's true. It's true.
It's
But
like a
no,
full-time
he's
job.
ready. He said he's ready to have a little part-time job.
I was
Well-
going to say, Jesse, you're putting in more hours now than whenever you were working.
Exactly.
Just about, it
Both
seems
of you,
like.
Lisa and Jesse. I mean,
And Lynn, I was going to tell you, don't be looking over our shoulder, because you look over hers. Don't look. That's our shipping department behind me. So
I know. Well,
don't.
I have no problem with your shipping department because I have been recipient of your shipping department.
You've
so
been a beneficiary, right?
I have been a beneficiary. I say, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. The only thing is, I keep trying for that watermelon knife. I just
I
have
know.
to. I have to.
And I still have plenty more, so there'll be more to give away.
Well,
More to
I
give
have to
away.
be careful and not cut myself like my nephew did.
Yeah,
I
I
found-
know.
I found something on Amazon that I'm going to get Scott, and I'm going to have to get you, but it's this sleeve that you put on. It goes all
It's
the
a
way up to here.
protective sleeve.
You can't cut yourself.
A
No
butcher
matter how
sleeve.
you do it. It's for those people who cut a lot of meat.
Yeah.
That's a really a good idea.
Well, then he can
Really?
embrace. He can embrace his watermelon and.
I already have one of those over at the farm whenever we dispatch.
Oh,
Yeah, can you imagine having to cut,
Up,
pounds
up.
and pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds of meat all day, and you got this thing wielding, you're grabbing them off the hook. There's a chance you could hit yourself.
Oh
So
yeah.
I can see why they make them, especially
Hey,
those
Jess.
guys at the fish market.
And Jesse, guess I have something you don't.
Oh, really? I don't
Everybody
got
hold
one of
up
those.
I knew that was coming.
One of the,
But I have something.
Put your cup back
I
there.
have-
Put your cup back up.
I have something you all don't have.
Scott, put your cup. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't
Oh,
belong.
here, I
Don't
gotta
remember
put mine.
that. Don't tell me you don't remember it.
Show him,
Sesame
Ann,
Street.
what you have. Show him what you have.
Yeah, I'm a little angry with my sister over that one.
Oh, Grayson Fire. That's a pretty
yeah.
one.
I have the first official Grayson Fire mug. Oops.
Yes. She
I
came
guess
over,
she's-
delivered it to you, right?
Well,
I know
Scott,
that's what.
let me show you what I have, and you know you don't have.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
that's a shooter cup.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It's still a Pine Cone Fest cup.
Don't make me go downstairs.
Yeah.
When is when is the Pine Cone Fest?
Next
Is
month.
that's Oklahoma?
13th, 14th, and
Texas.
15th in Texas, in
Mount Vernon,
Mount Vernon, Texas.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
At Lake Cypress Springs. Lake Cypress Springs at Walleye Park.
what does that all entail?
So it all entails anything and everything you want to do. It's
Eating
basically a
and
meetup
playing-
where everybody's going to just, veg out and eat, drink.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think they're doing anything scheduled.
there's not,
you know, so
it's not an
It's just so
itinerary.
everybody can just, visit with
There'll
everybody.
be
And
people playing cornhole, people playing washers. They'll be playing
Fishing.
music. They're supposedly going to have a karaoke, which I think it's going to be off limits to YouTube, or at least it better be.
Oh, yes, it should be. Yeah, you can't do that on YouTube.
No, you can. Yeah, I think you
Yes,
can.
you
You just can't monetize. I don't think you can monetize. Well, 'cause you're
Monetize
using
it?
somebody else's music. You can do it all you want. You just can't monetize it.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
And I
So-
don't know about karaoke because it's actually your voice with the music of the
Yeah.
artist.
Well,
And you're allowed to play music of an artist, but you're not allowed to play their voices.
Yeah, and I think
So-
every karaoke, if you've ever watched the karaoke, the words are all the same except for one or two. They change one or two words to get by that copyright, and then even the music has one or two notes or phrases in the music that changes it so they can't. Yeah, if you ever listen to karaoke, I think that's how they get by with that. But I don't think anybody's going to be. Well, if they're recording it for their own channels, and
Yeah.
it's up to you if you want to monetize or not, or if you get a strike.
And apparently their strikes are starting to get worse now.
And I don't know for
Really?
sure if they would strike or not on karaoke because I've never done it, but
Mhm.
I do know you can sing the songs all day long as long as you don't use their original music or their original words with that music. Then you're okay. But if you just sing a song along with the radio, along with your music that you're playing, not the radio. I'm talking about if you're playing like the girls do on Vineyard Chicks,
Yes. Yes.
then they can't strike you for that.
Oh, okay.
You got My Wild Home in the house, all the way from Canada.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Canada.
Butler family farm.
Now sing the rest. Now sing the rest of it.
Sorry, I don't know it, Scott. You'll have to teach it to us.
Teach it to us. Yeah.
I might be able to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, let's see here. There's so many.
Good
No,
morning, Danny.
we don't play. We have a video called Grandma's Gravy, and my son wrote it's on iTunes. Grandma's Gravy is a song, and he's given us written permission to use Grandma's Gravy. And
Oh, wow.
we get a
And I've
strike
we
submitted
got
it in
I
writing.
submitted it to YouTube. That we
Yeah.
have-
Yeah, but it's no good if you don't have the turkey and the dressing to go with it.
That's true.
If you saw the video, you probably wouldn't want to eat turkey and dressing. In that video.
Because it's a real story.
Based on a true story. Yes.
Yeah.
Based on
It's based on a true
Those are the best
story.
kind. Those are the best kind.
Grandma's Gravy.
So I am working on another song, Lynn.
Good. I
Oh.
told Ann it's time to change up some music. So
I've
Good.
got about 5 verses, but they're little ditties. But
So
we gotta
I
get
got to ask this. It's the first time we've ever been on this show with you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way, for inviting us up.
Oh, we're glad
And
you're here.
we weren't trying to steal Scott's thunder for sure. I know you had him already invited and you invited us as well, but we really appreciate it. But I have to ask, how is it different now that you both are in the same location? Or is it?
It
now that
is.
you moved down here from New York.
right.
Well, before we moved to New York, I only lived about 2 miles from Lynn.
5
so
minutes. Right through
Not
that.
even
You
that.
can throw a
just
rock and hit her.
practically. And so she would come over to my house and we did it sitting at my kitchen bar.
Yeah.
This is 4 years ago.
It'll be 5
And
and
5 in January. And so that's how we did it, starting out like that. And then my husband took a job in New York. And so it was like, so we sold our house and moved there, bought another house, and we are under contract and it's going to close next week.
Awesome.
Yay.
Awesome.
So I am thrilled. We are thrilled. And so anyhow, he got another offer to come back home. And when he told me, he was like, he told me where it was and all that. And I went, what state? And it was no, back home. And I was
Really?
like, "What?" So he did ask me though that we not move back where Lynn is and where the rest of my family is, because
he didn't want to be by me.
I see that.
Oh, well, it's an hour. He drove an hour.
But
No.
you're still closer.
And an
you're still
hour.
closer than New York.
Oh,
Yeah,
there-
it's still closer, but he's
Oh, yeah.
getting kind of up there. He's getting old, isn't he, Lynn? He's
older. I'm not
he's
gonna
older.
say anything. I love
and he's younger than me. So,
he's a whole
but
lot
anyhow,
younger than me. So
but he so anyhow, he said, I don't think I can do that drive anymore. And I'm like, that's fine. We'll
said,
just go where Glenda's at, and we'll live in her town. And my other daughter is here and kids. And then we're closer to civilization again, because upstate New York, where we were, it was more rural than where Lynn is.
they didn't have a KFC. She couldn't get fried chicken anywhere.
No, and
The
I'm thinking,
nerve.
oh, it's terrible.
No
I'm like,
KFC?
is there nobody that fries chicken?
Fried
It was
chicken
all
in New York?
Italian.
Oh, it's great Italian.
Which is, it's delicious. And it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
wonderful little town.
Are you
But-
surprised? I mean, that's where all the Italians came from back when
I
they were
know.
coming in the 30s and 40s.
I mean, but you get like 3 or 4 pizza joints, and then at the restaurant, Italian restaurant. Anyhow, it's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
What we had we landed. I mean, I said God did it supernaturally because our house sold in 24 hours. The movers came, went boom, boom, boom. We found a house in 24 hours, and we landed in the best neighborhood we could have
Yes.
ever asked for, with wonderful neighbors. We connected with a great church, which I still am boohooing about not seeing them. And but to come home and be near Lynn and cameraman
Linda. Mhm.
and Glenda, oh my, to be in the same town with my
She just comes.
daughters.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I'm going to be on grandma duty because today I'm picking up a kid, and starting Monday I'm going to be picking up my football grandson because he plays football, taking him to practice. So I'll be on grandma duty, which I've not been able to do for a long
Really?
time.
Wow.
Yes, starting Monday through Friday, I'll be
There's the side job.
that's a side job, picking up
Yeah.
grandkids from high schools. I have to go to I have to go to one high school today and then go to the other high school on Monday. So I'm not complaining. It's great to be back home and then to see our mother. Because
Yeah.
mom is doing well. She's going to be 93 in November, but things are different.
Right.
And it's how do you say it, Lynn? I think our old mom is not around
Still
anymore.
there, but it's
So
different.
we have a new mother that is just hard for us to
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
cope
we
with
went
a
through
little
that with
bit.
mom too. There was
Yeah.
moments.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
Jesse, yes.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she
Yeah.
has moments of clarity, and she hasn't forgot anybody. She knows
Right.
everybody.
Oh yeah.
It's just, and she remembers stuff from 50, 60 years ago in her
That makes
childhood.
it sad. Yeah. And that
Yeah, and that's kind of sad because
Yeah.
we'll tell her something she doesn't remember. I mean,
Well,
2
I
seconds.
think, but I think that like when my mom had her issues with the dementia that she was going through,
Mhm.
I think they know and remember everything, but the brain is making them say something that they wouldn't normally say.
Well,
True.
that could be true.
True.
But
I-
she doesn't really. I don't think she really wants to say it.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, but I think the brain is telling her to say. It's because it all has
Yeah.
to do with the brain,
Yes.
Yep.
and it's a terrible disease, terrible.
Yeah.
Dementia and Alzheimer's, and it's just it's terrible.
Mhm. It is.
The only
Just-
the only
it-
one that's worse than those two are ALS, and that
Yeah.
people just they have their memory and they see their body going,
Right.
and it's
Yeah,
just such a sad disease.
Yeah,
That's
I-
true.
that would be horrible.
Dementia and
And-
whatever hard on the family,
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
where they really don't feel a whole lot. Where ALS, they're feeling
Oh.
the whole thing and seeing the whole thing, and
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be so sad.
yeah.
Well, our dad, he was sharp to the very last split second.
Mhm.
And when he went, I was there, Lynn wasn't, and I had my arms wrapped around his neck, giving him a kiss, and boom, he left. He
Oh,
left.
wow.
Yeah.
And it was so that at the time was pretty traumatic, but looking back on it, it was an honor. I was a daddy's girl,
Yes.
and not that I'm not a mommy's girl because I am.
No, but you're named after our father. You're
Right.
the
Yeah, and Lynn
child,
is
but
just
named after them.
right. And Lynn is, I tease her all the time. I said, that umbilical cord never got cut, did it? Nope.
They were,
Because I hear this from our mom. She'll go, well, Chris is right here and she can do this. And I love you too. And I'm like, I know you do, Mom. But, Lynn is this and that and the other, but I love you too. And I'm like,
well,
"Oh,
they were in ministry for about 28 years. And so cameraman and I hooked up with the ministry. And so that's kind of where we were. The family was in the ministry here. So,
Right.
and that's kind of where we settled. Yeah.
And that's how you become a favorite.
Yeah. No, but speaking of my husband, so when we married, he did leave his his family pretty much. His father passed away while I did not know him, while we were kind of just starting to like get interested in one another. His father passed away. And then anyways, so he stayed with us. He stayed with my family. And
Well, he left before you all got married because he went into the
oh, he was in the Marines and that. I don't mean that, but I mean, you know, he kind of when he hooked up with me, we kind of hooked up together and stayed here in this area and worked in the church. And but what I was going to say is December I think it is the 16th or something like that. He is flying down. He and his sister from Yuma and his sister from the Hershey, Pennsylvania, and they're flying to Puerto Rico because their aunt is turning 90 years old, and they are having a celebration.
Wow.
That would
awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
So
That'd
he
be-
is going down to Puerto Rico, and I'm going to make his reservation here in a few minutes, and they're going to fly into San Juan, but they're not up at the north. They are down at the southwest part of Puerto Rico, and you know, and then what's interesting is his cousins who live there and family that live there. Electricity just went out. You know, they have their outages like almost daily, right? After Maria came through, there was so much damage done, you know, to the island. And so anyway, there's like, yeah, it's out again.
Yeah.
And
It's funny that anybody you ask that's from Puerto Rico, if you ever ask them where they're from, where do they all say? San Juan.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows any other town. So it's like
No.
you might be from Pasadena, Texas, or you might be from South Houston, Texas. But what do you say? Houston.
Yes.
You
Well,
might be from Pearland. You're from Houston because they don't know the. But everybody you ever ask them is from Puerto Rico. Where you from? Oh, San Juan.
actually going to a
Because if
little,
they told you another town, you would go, what?
yeah, it's
Where's that?
Cabro. It's
Yeah.
Cabro Rojo.
There you go. See?
Cabro.
They'd say, okay, San
I
Juan.
can't say it.
Yeah.
What's the other, not besides Houston and Dallas, what's the other big towns?
San Antonio, Austin, Fort Worth.
San Antonio, I think.
San Antonio's
I think that's where one of our kids is.
It is. I think they're in San Antonio. I think.
Yeah, they're in Texas. Yeah.
But anyway, have you all been to San Antonio?
oh,
Yes.
hundreds of times.
And
Lots of
I
times.
mean, that's just like, and is it as beautiful as we think it is?
Yes.
Especially the big draw is the river walk.
Yes.
Yeah, the river. the
Oh, I've
river walk
heard
is a big
that.
draw.
Yeah. Really nice. It is.
Especially
very
at Christmas
pretty.
time. If you go at Christmas time, because here, remember, Texas doesn't get where you got to wear three layers, 4 layers. But you wear a jacket, and Christmas time is beautiful down there.
Oh, really? Oh, that'd be so.
All the lights, the Christmas
Well, and
lights,
then they have all the restaurants
Then you
along the
have all
river
the-
walk, and
all
then
the
they
Mexican
have,
restaurants.
yeah, and you can sit outside they have patios outside and under the trees,
And then they got the boats floating by with the
Yeah.
people in them, and they're either dining on the boat or just chilling on the
tour,
boat.
yeah.
Tours, yeah, it's really nice.
Well, how did you both? How did you settle in Houston? I mean, were you?
Well,
I know.
how much time do you have?
yeah, no,
Yeah.
You got time.
So Lisa and I have been living here for 40
40 years.
years, right at 40 years. But I was born in East LA. My parents moved to Texas when I was 1, and that's all I've ever known is Texas.
Okay.
But Lisa's from Oregon. She's not from Texas. Yeah.
And you just settled there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got married and we decided to live here on this side because this is where I was working at the time. I was still working for Kroger's when I got out of high school. When I got out of the service, rather. When I got out of the service, I went back to Kroger's because they kept my job, they kept all my raises, they kept everything. Because when I left, I left because I told them I was going to the military, and they said, okay, so they just put me on military leave, and I was still an employee, basically, if you will. And then when I came back, they gave me my job back, and they gave me all my raises, and I was like I never left.
Oh my
And
God.
then
Wow.
yeah, so I went back to work there, and then I worked there probably about what do you say, about a year? Probably about a year, after we got married, I never saw my wife for the first year that we were married because I worked at night and she worked during the day. So it was something else. So I got out of that, and then I went to work for Dr. Pepper. Worked there for about 5 years, and then I went to work for Shell after that, and then I worked for Shell for 35 years.
Oh,
Wow.
Retired for, right at 60 or 59 and a half.
We gotta tell her where we met though, how we got together because
Okay.
I'm from Oregon.
So Lisa went to Germany, and I happened to be stationed there with her brother. Her brother and I worked together in the same company. Yeah, the same department. Same company. And we happened to be working weekend duty, which was a Saturday. We were working CQ, which is charge of quarters. He was
Right. But the reason I went over with my mom and dad. My brother was getting married to a German gal, and so we went over for their wedding,
and
then they let me stay after that.
We were working one Saturday, and these are army barracks, and I know you've seen army barracks, they're real long, and there's two girls walk in the other end of the hall. We're one end there at the other. They're coming in the other, and I'm going, who in the heck are these two ladies walking in the? Oh, that's my wife and my sister. Oh, okay. So they came and they sat there, and they actually came to get some money. They came to get some money from Mark because they were going to a bazaar, a German bazaar over there. And we started talking, and they went to the bazaar, came back. We talked some more. We watched the movie or whatever it was. And then about a week later, the phone rings. I got CQ going on my door. Said, Jeff, you got a phone call. You got a phone call. I'm in Germany. Who's calling me? I don't know anybody over there. So I get down there, and it's her brother saying, hey, we're fixing to go out to this, wherever we went. I can't remember where it was, a restaurant and a club or whatever. We're going, and Lisa wants to know if you want to go. I said, okay, sure. So she asked me out first. I didn't ask her. She asked me, just for the record.
And that's where she went wrong first.
No, because we wouldn't be here.
Yeah. So we went out. We dated from that day on. She was supposed to be there 2 weeks. She stayed 7 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
wow, that's
And I don't have no idea what the draw was.
Well, how much longer before you guys then got married?
So she came back in April of 1983, and I came back to the States in August of 1983. I called her and I said, hey, I'm back in the States. What do you want to do? Are we going to continue to date? Or you want to live together? Or what do you want to do? And she said, sure. I told my mom we were going to live together, and they went through the roof.
Yeah.
Said, no way.
yeah.
You ain't going to do that.
Same as my mom and dad.
And her mom and dad
Like,
did the same thing. He said, if you love this girl, you'll marry her, but you're not going to go. You're not going to do that. What if she comes over here and then y'all have a fight and you go your way and she go, what's she going to do then?
Mhm.
Well, that's for her to figure out. No. but so no, I called her on a Friday. We left on, probably called her on Thursday, left on a Friday. Got there on Sunday.
Yeah, we got married Monday afternoon.
We got married Monday afternoon, and then we left Tuesday morning.
Texas.
Yeah, and the day we got married is the day Hurricane Alicia was blaring through Houston.
Yeah.
Oh.
Galveston, Houston. Hurricane Alicia just tore it all up. We get here, and Lisa says, "Oh my goodness, what did I get into? Oh, the place was tore up. We had trees down, fences down."
Who would Tony put up there?
And Creekside just kept her locked in. That's another story. We got time for that one.
Amen, brother Tony.
Anyway, so she didn't know what she was getting herself into, and it was on from there. And we've been married 40 years, a little over 40 years.
A month ago.
In August was 40 years,
Last
and we never had a fight. We've
That
never
I
had a
did.
fight.
That I didn't win.
Well, Dave and I, we held a record for us of about 15 years before we had a fight, and then we finally had one, and it was and so it wasn't too bad though. But we hadn't had one, and I mean it was like why fight? We've both been married before, and there's just no sense.
We've had
There's no
arguments.
sense in it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just work it out and go on. right?
Yeah.
You just work
And there-
every day.
And there's days when she doesn't love me. She likes me, but she doesn't love me. And then there's days she
No,
loves me.
Oh,
He loves
I
you.
always
She
love
doesn't
him.
like you.
I may
Always
not
love
like
you.
him at that
Okay,
moment,
that's what it
but I
meant.
always
Right.
love him.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
I always said we had moments when I heard a voice like a little high pitch, huh? And I knew I had to back off. But I finally got mad at him. I don't remember what it was about now, but I really did get
Got
mad.
mad at him.
It was
Well-
funny because for 4 years, his mom lived with us before she passed, and she was like she liked to fight. You know, she was a real firecracker, wasn't she, Lynn? She was a firecracker.
Feisty.
But she just
Loved
couldn't
it.
believe we never had a fight, even when we lived with her. I said, we don't fight, you know. I don't. And she'd
I
want to
mean-
fight with me once in a while, and I'm like, no.
I mean, who doesn't argue or have a raise their voice?
Oh,
Everybody does, right? You're gonna
sure
raise
you
your voice,
do.
but you're trying to get your message across, right? But
Right.
we've
Yeah,
never, I've never laid a hand on her because I know better. And it's not right. It's not right.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I'd fight
know,
back.
And
too.
anybody who does that, you might need to revisit your
My money's on Lisa.
exactly. Well,
Nowadays, yeah.
she's got more tools in the kitchen that she can throw than I can get
Yeah.
than I can get to the garage.
Well,
So-
I have a question for Ann.
Yes.
What time is it?
Ooh, I believe it is just about. Ooh, everybody get their snack.
I got a snack.
Got my pineapple.
Oh, you got pineapple. Oh, that's
I
the
do.
freeze-dried
apple?
pineapple.
No. If I
Oh.
wanted to go to that kind of freeze-dried snack, I'd have to go to
Uh-oh.
You show me yours.
Oh,
I'd have to go to strawberries and bananas freeze-dried.
oh, okay. Well, I'm drinking a shake because I'm kind of on a liquid diet right now.
No. Oh,
that-
Fries come with that?
Got-
Do fries come with that?
Pineapple.
I did it yesterday. It came out.
okay.
No, Jesse, I had to go to the hospital Monday. I have had diverticulitis is acting up.
Oh.
I'm starting to think that I'm the cause.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's possible. You never know.
yeah. My nephew, he just causes it, right?
Well,
Yeah.
so I'm going to drop a bomb later.
Okay.
Not right now.
Oh, you're not? Well, okay.
Well, we'll drop it before you leave.
Okay.
A poem?
Well,
Did you say a poem?
No.
Uh,
No, he didn't say a poem. He's gonna make an announcement.
Oh, okay.
I don't do poems.
I thought you said you were gonna tell a poem.
Our son's in the chat, and he says Lisa loves throwing things.
Just
That's
throw
not
it at my
true.
mouth.
And well, it's usually stuff thrown out of his room.
Lies.
Oh,
All
Miss
lies.
Ann Dale's here. Hello, Miss Ann.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well-
when she came in and you two hugged in back of Jesse the other night, she came into the room. Oh, my heart just went like, oh.
That was like Grand Central Station. I couldn't get nothing done.
That was so touching, though, to see Miss Dale and Miss Lisa just hug and just and
Oh
just
yeah, she's awesome.
at each other. It was so.
And then later that night, Saturday night, we had Ginger from Not for Nothing come in.
Wow.
And Joe Fix It For You. And then Tiffany from Mud and Mascara. Talk about crashing the party. They come crashing the party late at night. It was like 9:30, wasn't it? 9 or
Yes.
9:30?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Miss Ann was asleep. She couldn't
Yep.
hang with the
hang,
young
yep.
folks.
Well, Miss Lisa was yawning a lot there before the after party.
Yeah.
Well, that Saturday was really, really hot. I mean, hot.
Oh my gosh.
It was just beat you up hot. Of course,
Ooh,
there wasn't a lot of humidity, but if you were in the sun,
Yeah.
yes.
It was-
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It was
You
one
have
of
the
them
heat
hot.
where we have humidity and heat.
And the heat
Right.
takes it out of you. I don't
Mhm.
care what you are, who you are. The heat takes it out of you.
It
Yeah.
does. It does.
So
Well, Scott, you're way up in Canada.
Yeah.
Have you always lived there? I mean, you're just
Mhm.
always been in that area?
I have. I grew up an hour from where we live right now,
Oh,
and that's as far as I've went. We
Okay.
went into the city for a while. I'm not a city person,
right. I'm not even, no.
so the first chance I got to come back to my county, Debbie's from New Brunswick, so she took a job here at the trauma hospital in the city, and then believe it or not, we met online
Okay.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
30 some odd years ago.
You believe it, Jesse? You believe it, Lisa?
now I do. But I
Well,
wouldn't believe
they
it.
know Debbie though, and
Yes.
they're one of the very few that some
Know
more
her
people were
up
supposed
close
to meet her this weekend, but unfortunately my son's in the field.
Yeah.
My middle daughter is gone to a bachelorette party, and my oldest is at a wedding, which leaves two dogs who, if I was to put in a kennel for 2 days, would be $200.
Mm.
I know.
So
So much money.
that's it. So I happen to be going this weekend to visit my sister and my
Mhm.
online aunt and
Mhm.
online mother. We're going on a road trip.
We're going on a road trip. We're going on a road trip.
That's going to be so amazing.
You just got to say a prayer that I can go, because that
Oh.
side's going, that little side this morning's going like, I'm here, I'm here.
Now,
I think he's doing it to make me mad because he's going to go visit Tony and Joni. We haven't been up there yet.
Oh, no.
No.
I'm going to visit Tony and Jody in 2 weeks.
Oh,
I'm
this
going
is
to
another
visit Ann Lynn and Glenda this weekend.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is
Oh,
he's
yeah.
taking these trips because he's trying to make me mad.
Trying to make you jelly.
He's trying to make me jelly
Yeah.
because he gets to meet Tony and Joni before I do.
Oh,
That's all right. That's all right.
well,
Well,
you
We're
us
gonna meet.
too.
We're gonna meet on the cruise, cruising 25, as she says
Oh.
right there on my little tag.
no, we need to talk about that.
Cruising
Right
Alaska
over there, too.
25. Don't miss the boat, folks.
Mhm.
How do they sign up for that if they're interested?
Well, there's several ways.
Okay.
The easiest way to do it is just go to our Facebook page,
Yeah.
which is in the description on mine. If you go to if you're in our chat, it's in our description, and you can sign up to be on the Facebook. All the information is in there. Who to contact, which is Jeremy Zvolto. He's our exclusive booking agent. Okay. If you go through the 1-800 number or anywhere else, then we can't guarantee you're going to get the same deal we got. But if you go to Terry,
Hold that thought.
hold that thought.
Belinda, yes, I know. Scott gets to meet you first, which, because she made a comment, says, "What about me, Jesse? Scott gets to meet me first." LOL.
Well, I haven't got to the New York trip yet. I'm just still talking about Tony and Joni. But where was I at? You told me to hold that thought. Now I don't know where I left it.
Your agent.
Alaska. You
Terry,
talking about Alaska,
Terry
sorry.
Zvolto. Yeah. Go to Terry Zvolto, use the number that's in the description or in the Facebook page, and he'll make sure that you get the same deal that Scott and I got. Now, or what's being offered. The other thing is, if you go to the 1-800 number, it just means that they're going to have to do double work, and they may or may not get you to our group. And here's the other thing: if you call a 1-800 number, you don't know who you're going to get. The guy could be from here, he could be from Europe, he could be. It's a booking agent from all over.
Right.
So he also works with another person. Her name is Lori, and Lori is his right-hand person, if you will, to help him with booking our group.
Okay.
She's not as seasoned, if you will,
Yeah.
as he is, because
Yeah.
she came over from another agency, another cruise line, but she knows her stuff. She's a person who's been recognized in the cruising industry with awards and so forth. So she knows what she's doing. Okay. She just helping Terry with our group.
I see Glenda just dropped the YouTube link.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you, Grace and Fire, which is Linda, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh no, that it came off of your baptismal.
Okay. The other thing is,
No, Glenda dropped it too.
he dropped it in our
Oh.
chat. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What was I going to say? Geez.
He's getting old.
Yeah, I'm getting
You
old.
said the other thing is
Oh, and while he's thinking, I'll interject. And a lot of people have the misconception that if you sign up today, you have to pay today. That's not at all true. We have to pay, you have to pay $125 per person, and that's all you have to pay right now.
That secures you. That secures you the package.
Okay.
So it could go up next week. We don't know, and it's going to go up because it's already up from whenever Jesse and I signed up at the beginning with Miss Ann and Jerry and Tony.
Others.
Yeah, there are a few others, and we cannot guarantee that price unless you put your deposit in.
Right
now, if you get to April 25th, 26th of 2025 and go, I just cannot afford to do this. You call Terry and say, Terry, I can't come up with the funds. I'm sorry. I have to back out. No questions asked. They ship you your money back. Now, if you're 1 day late, you lose 25 or 30%. So it takes a little bit of planning, but you have almost 2 years to pay for this.
right.
Right.
So, yeah.
So D asked a question. Do discounts vary from room to room? In a nutshell, no. But there are differences because of the type of room you get, whether it be a single interior or if you get a balcony or if you get a there's a what's it called, a room with a view, ocean view. So yes, the discounts do vary, but not. If you get a balcony, you're going to get a balcony rate. If you're going to get an ocean view, you're going to get an ocean view. If you're going to get interior, you're going to get into. So those don't vary. If you get two rooms side by side, they're going to be the same. But
like
they
there's
don't
perks.
vary.
There's perks. The bigger room you go, the more perks you get.
The more perks you get. Right.
Like Jesse and Lisa and Debbie and I, we have a balcony, same as Glenda and Sir Grace, and we get an extra upgraded dinner.
Specialty called specialty dining.
Yeah, called specialty dining. Most people only get one until you get to the balcony. Then you get two.
584 days to pay.
And then there's other little perks that we've negotiated in. All that is in the Facebook page. Glenda's in there. Lisa and Glenda tend to look after the Facebook page.
That's good.
Well, that's it. Everybody's so busy. We each try to grab as whatever we can whenever we can. But there you go. Jerry is he's got just put in there 584 days to pay and 704 days till we sail.
And what that means is the amount that you owe is due to the cruise line 90 days before we sail.
Yeah.
Okay. So that way it's all set up, and then after that's done, then you start working on getting your tickets, getting your boarding pass. All that stuff gets taken care of after that. But your payment has to be due by April 26th. I think it's 26th of 2025.
Like we're 2 years out, but they're already tracking flights for us.
Right.
I know.
They're already talking to the airlines.
Right.
And they're finding us spots already. And I'm like, I said to Terry, I'm like, did we receive this message by accident? He's like, no. He's like, we know you folks are coming. So we know around, where the different planes have got to go. And we let the crew or the airplane or the airline, know that, we're going to have people coming out of Eastern Canada, we're, Florida, Texas, and,
all over.
Yeah. So
And this group that's going to be meeting, it's not a meetup, folks. It's a family vacation. I mean, friends and family getting together and just going on a cruise.
Mhm.
All right. So the best part about it, and like we've been to Alaska and we loved it. It's the best cruise. She's been on 5. This will be her 6th. I've been on no. This will be
Well,
her
it doesn't matter. 4 or 5 is
5
yeah.
or 6. I don't remember which one it is. Anyway, but nothing beats the Alaska cruises. I'm telling you. But the best part about this cruise is not only is it checking off your bucket list, right? But you get to go with people you already know from
Yes.
through YouTube. I mean, you've met them either at meetups or you've met them on live like this. And I mean, and if y'all were going to the cruise, happen to be going, it'd be like a family reunion. You're going, hey, there's Ann, there's Lynn, blah, 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 you know, buy me a drink. No, no. But it's, you know, something that we were going to do anyway. We were going to go on a cruise and say, let's open it up to everybody we know. Maybe the cruise line will give us a deal. Maybe we'll, you know, get some kind of package or something. And sure enough, we found Terry, or Scott found Terry, and it's been, you know, ever since we've been piling people. And we're up to like what, 30, almost 30 rooms. We're right at 30.
We're right.
We get confirmation. 30. Hopefully we get confirmation today that we got 30 rooms. Then we're going to have a giveaway, folks. If you're in on that, before we announce the giveaway, if you're in on it, you'll have a chance to win. We have 2 major prizes we're giving away. And when I say major, in the hundreds of dollars, 2 major prizes, then a bunch of little prizes we're giving away for everybody else that's going to be in the chat. But we want you to be in on that. So if you can get all you got to do is get your down payment in, like Scott says, 125. Unless you're traveling by yourself, it's 125 for you.
Yeah.
So,
and the interior, you know, it ranges anywhere from about $2,000 to $6,000. Glenda, I'm sure, is already put in here, but veterans do get a discount, 10% discount. If you fly with United, you get another 5% off your flight. But that there you'll negotiate with United. Plus, we've negotiated in 15% discount plus the 70. It's 70% off one guest right now. So, you know, all I can say is if you're even thinking about it, get in there, sign it, and get locked in. It will never go up, but it might come down.
Yeah. If it comes down, then, you know, they'll give us the difference. The thing is you got to get in, because you can always get your money back before April 26th. Okay. You can always say, you know what? It's April 1st. We don't have the funds. We're not going to be able to go. Okay. You can get your money back, but you've already locked yourself in. But don't go in there and saying on April 26th, hey, I want the same deal Scott and Jesse got back in 2022, you know, or 2023. It's not going to happen. You're going to pay the current rate. And you're by that time, by April, the ship's going to be pretty full. So you know that you're going to be getting what you get. And we don't want that to happen to anybody.
So I was going to announce it on my live Thursday, but there's already other folks, general public folks, that are starting to book this boat.
Oh, sure.
So the ship is starting to fill up. So if you want to be in our vicinity, you know, and whatever else, you know, everybody's talking about fishing in Alaska. Going to try to find the fishing person they dealt with. Hopefully he's still in business. They've already, you know, it's not an NCL person, but Jesse's personally used him and he was wonderful. So we're going to try to get out, you know, fishing for halibut, salmon, you know, with this fella, and he actually processes it, smokes whatever you want, and ships it back. It's sitting at your front door whenever you get home.
Wow.
That's
amazing.
Wonderful. Absolutely.
That is amazing.
Oh, wow.
Well, Scott, what's going on around your house? What's going on at the Brooms there?
I'm actually got to finish up some work downstairs in the merch shop. I got to put together a few more pieces of equipment that came in, and I got to pack.
Oh, speaking of that,
I'm
so
going
what's
up,
this? So what's this I hear about going to New York?
possibly.
And you're going to get to meet Mrs. Doubtfire.
I know. I got to meet my sister
Yep.
and Mama
Yep.
She
And-
said,
and
Linda
Auntie.
said, yeah, she said, because I was telling her, I said, well, it's too bad we can't go up there one more time. She goes, why can't we? Let's go up there, Mama. Let's go antique shopping.
So,
That's what
so
we're
how,
doing.
how far are you
So
from
Scott,
how far are you from Kentucky, Ann, as far as driving?
Oh.
depends on where in Kentucky, I guess.
Northwest Kentucky.
Oh,
Northwest.
Cincinnati area is about 2 hours.
Okay. Believe it or not, we were in Kentucky last year, and Glenda had a chance to come meet us over there at the Kentucky meetup that we were at, and she chose not to. Why? I don't know. It's just beyond me. My feelings were hurt all the way home to Texas.
Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire, what's going on?
I know.
We did not know her that well then. Oh my God, Jesse.
Oh, Mrs.
Excuse me.
Doubtfire.
I'll get over it. I'll get over it.
No, Kentucky
Don't worry,
is the
Jesse.
next
She
state
loves me
over
more.
from us. Right. It's Kentucky's really
Very close.
oh, that's right. She had a booth for the foundation that she represents. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Now, she had to do a booth. She does booths. I'll tell you what, for that foundation that she represents, I got to go to Kentucky and she gave a speech, first time she'd ever given a speech. And she gave it in about, I don't know, there were 500 or 600 people there, caregivers,
Wow.
and I mean, like professional people. Oh, it was amazing. And it was in a hotel, and we had lunch and all. And then here came my Glinda up to that podium, and she stood up there and she gave this wonderful, wonderful talk. And I mean, there went dry eyes there. It was.
Yep.
She's an amazing
I tell you
person.
what, Glenda does have the gift of gab. I'm telling you, in a good way.
She's amazing. She is an amazing person.
Yeah.
I mean, Anne had the girls and we had the boys, but I always felt like I had the girls because of
Because of
Anne.
Glenda.
Her,
Uncle
well, her
Ann.
girls are like our girls, you know.
Yeah.
You're welcome. That was the first major speech that you ever gave.
Wow.
Hey, I have to step out for a minute.
Oh,
And I shall return.
well,
Okay.
okay. Just
Okay.
go ahead.
Sorry.
And
Who knows?
speaking of Kentucky, Bucky's is about 150 miles from us. The nearest Bucky's.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I know. And we won't be going there that direction when we go to New York. We
Are you
won't-
talking about the one? Which one are you talking about? Is it a new one?
Richmond, Kentucky? No, Richmond, Kentucky.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
that right? Is that right, Glenda? Richmond? Yeah, I know it is. No, we are all going to go. The girls in my family are all going to Pigeon Forge, Sevilleville next spring, and we will stop at that new one there.
in
at
Tennessee?
Kodak. It's
Right.
but you know, when you say Pigeon Forge, it just means like the whole area, right?
What?
Yeah, plan on a couple hours
What?
there. We always do.
Oh, we
You're gonna-
love Bucky's.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you to send me a sticker.
Oh,
So you know
Oh,
how
there are bumper
I
stickers?
collect these bumper stickers. This is one I got from Texas, and I got several coming. And I got one from Alabama.
oh, well
So
then.
from Alabama.
Hey,
These are
Got a
gifts.
Texas
Those are
one.
gifts from Ginger. And then she gave me a home sweet home Alabama.
oh,
Oh, that's
And then
cool.
Bucky's is calling.
And I
oh,
must
And I
go.
must go, Leeds, Alabama. So
That's
we've got some
cool.
from Florida, some from Georgia. I don't have Texas.
I'll
I mean
look it up.
Tennessee. I don't have Kentucky. I don't have. Isn't there one in Illinois?
I don't know. I'm gonna actually. What I'm thinking is, I'll go
Look
over.
'em up.
I'll go over. Yeah, I will go over to Bucky's.
Anybody listening? You
No,
go to
not you,
Bucky's.
but he needs
Anybody
to look 'em
listening
up.
goes to Bucky's from your state. I like to have
Yeah,
one. Of these.
let's do
I
that.
call them Texas bookmarks. You can call them stickers. I call them Texas bookmarks.
So everyone, anyone, wherever you're at, and there's a Bucky's location, hook up Jesse and Lisa with.
Please, I'll pay you for them.
Oh no! Just send them a one. Come on, everybody. His
89 cents. I'll pay you.
address is in his about page, so you can. Yep,
Yeah.
there we go. So you can find their address. That'd be cool. That'd be
That
really
would be
cool.
cool.
Now I have, and like you say, I have my stickers right here. Yeah.
Oh, look at that!
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
that! Look at that!
Saying, just
Just
saying.
saying.
And I do have a Grace and Fire one,
Yes.
and Country Mama Musings. And you know what? That's all I have.
Really?
That's it.
Uh-oh.
I have a whole bunch of seconds I will bring you.
Okay, I have none.
You have doubles, yeah.
Yeah, I've got
I
doubles
mean,
of.
that's all the stickers and all these years. That's all the stickers I've ever gotten.
I'm trying to think if I might have an extra one of Lisa's too.
Wow. Well, I'm just saying.
Who's
you
got
know,
I don't
mine?
I could mount them. I could mount them
She
like
has Lisa's.
on a board.
Oh,
know.
you have Lisa's?
Yes.
Yeah, she just
I
showed
have Lisa's. Yeah, I have Lisa's. I sure do.
I've been going in and out. Okay.
it.
And there's Country Mama Musings. Country Mama. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
see,
Alicia.
Oh, Alicia. That's whenever I came back in was Alicia. And,
This one's nice
And
too.
she's in it. Terry's in it.
Yeah. Hey, Terry.
hey, Terry.
So
It
Mike
could
and
be
Terry's
fun.
going to be going on the cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're on the list to go. Terry's going to be head of security. So
Oh.
if anybody wants to get any funny hanky panky business, Mike's going to be on you. He'll be on your tail.
well, I'll tell you what. Homestead in the Woods with D. I use Grace and Fire's address. So if you happen to have Grace and Fire's PO box,
Right.
you could just put to Grace and Fire at her PO box, and then you could say, "Attention, Aunt Lynn."
Right.
But if she opens it up, the letter, she'll know that
Yeah.
it's for me. But you could
Or-
put, "Attention, Aunt Lynn."
Or
Yeah,
Ann Lynn, care of
Yeah,
Glenn.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And
or
the
just
third
Lynn, or just Lynn, care of. Right.
yeah.
That would be, yeah, I know. Yeah. And then what I could do, I can get a nice board and start mounting. Speaking of boards, did you all see where Sir Grace made a bowl the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Oh.
awesome.
Yeah.
Gosh. So you know what? I'm going to be scouting out. I'm going to go and scout out some wood and make sure that he gets lots of logs, get some.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm scouting those out now. It'd be
Yeah.
awesome, if we could get him some cherry or walnut, or we have, who knows, persimmon, maybe an old persimmon trees died. He was,
We have some bowls that are turned out of myrtle wood, which is
oh,
the only wood that's specifically mentioned in the Bible.
When it's
Really?
typically only grown on the west coast
Only-
of Oregon.
myrtle. Yeah,
Yeah.
myrtle.
Myrtlewood.
Myrtlewood.
Yeah,
We have bowls we get from myrtlewood shops over there in Oregon. Beautiful bowls.
oh, wow.
Is it
Yeah.
a grainy wood? I don't think I've ever I don't think I've ever seen a myrtle wood.
But his bowl turned out, so he really enjoyed himself. Sir Grace did the other
I
day.
tell you what, he has a way with wood. He really does. The
Exactly.
pins he makes, the pins,
Oh.
the blanks that he turns into a pin. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
So Glenda, whenever we get off here, call me. Let me know what kind of wood. Not that I'm allowed to bring it across the border, but if it's in the back of my truck and I forget about it, oops.
Just saying. Somebody
Just saying.
I'm quoting a famous man. Just
Well, as long as it's not filled with a bunch of bugs, termites. I don't think they want those in the United States.
No, it's sugar. It's a sugar maple, and I know.
But you can bring all the molasses you want, all the maple syrup. You can bring all that you want.
Yeah.
There might be some coming down with me.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, but it's not good for diverticulitis, so you can't really have it.
why couldn't she? Why can't you have molasses?
I'm
Probably the only
I
thing that
got my
does work.
prescription.
only twisting her up. Ann.
Oh, okay. I thought it was for real or something.
That's a horse pill I'm taking.
Goodness gracious!
I know. It's like, you better work because I'm going to New York. You better work.
So speaking of diverticulitis, I need everybody to put Debbie in their prayers. She meets with the surgeon
Oh,
the 17th.
17th. Okay.
Is that her issue?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
Lynn,
what-
here's
Oh,
the
wow.
Myrtlewood. It comes from the Myrtlewood shop in Coos Bay, Oregon.
Oh, Coos Bay.
This wood, we've had this, what, 40 years?
Yeah, at least.
40 years we've had this bowl. It's a cereal
That's
bowl. But
beautiful.
we got several of them. And
That's
it's made
beautiful.
out, and it's not even
Hold on,
shiny
a little
anymore.
closer.
No.
Not even shiny anymore, but we've had these that long, and you
Oh.
can
I love the
it's got
Beautiful.
beautiful grain.
yes.
Very
Mhm.
beautiful.
And to think now we know someone that can start turning those for us.
I know. I know. Well,
You know a guy.
Can you show them, Ann, what you have from Sir Grace? It's in your
Well,
kitchen. In your
in my
kitchen.
in my kitchen. One thing I've got right here.
Oh, look at this bowl.
No.
Oh goodness.
Oh, look at that bowl. This is a pen holder.
Oh,
for your
Oh,
pen.
okay, I
that's
got you.
pretty.
Does it
Put
is
your
it just
ink pen
hold
in
it, or is it for
on the
ink?
desk.
Hold on.
Yeah, and I've got one that he made me. I think it's in my
So-
purse though.
I've got a pen that's Sir
Oh.
Grace. This is the pen that just about got me busted at the border. But it is always in my political bag, and it comes to every meeting, and I use it. So Sir Grace is with me at all my council meetings.
Oh my gosh.
This, Lynn, this also doubles as my super chat bowl. So if you can stick some in there,
Okay.
it doubles as a super chat bowl.
It's from, it's like you said, from Israel, and we receive offerings, right?
We receive offerings, yes.
Well, it
Donations.
is-
Oh,
Donations.
I
That's
just call them offerings.
Yeah. You've been in the ministry too long.
Yeah.
Linda wants to know if you have a lathe also, Lynn. No, I don't think so.
Well, Lynn doesn't, but
Oh no,
Sir
I
Grace
don't. I
does.
don't. No,
Sir Grace does.
Yes.
but-
it's Sir Grace we're talking about. It's Glinda's husband.
Thank you, Terry, for
I don't do any woodworking, but look at what Sir Grace made Anne. I think she's going to show it. Yep.
She has to put her ears back
Are you
in.
there?
I put my ears back in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is one of two.
One of two.
Oh, a live
Wow,
edge.
he made you a tree.
Yes.
It's a cutting board. Yeah, and we
Wow.
have one that's bigger and about the same. It's the same thickness.
Yeah, but it's longer. Mm-hmm.
It's in a rectangle and it's larger than this. And I told him, I said, I love it, but it's so heavy. I have a hard time, But now Dave loves it. He loves it. But this one is our everyday cutting board. And
It's
then
so
he gave
funny.
me it's
It's
cherry wood.
That's so
Very
funny.
That's beautiful.
And he made me almost the same thing. Look,
Really?
yeah. But the best part about
Oh.
this is not the board. Look, he put a hole in it.
Yeah.
He put a hole in it. Can you believe it?
You can hang it up.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he's just so
No.
talented. So talented. And
No,
it's
but he did-
amazing. It's amazing. Look at that.
He did make this pin right here, folks. He turned
That's-
this.
I've got one real similar to that.
Yeah. I'm not going to
Yep.
tell you what it reminds me of, but it does have a
Yeah.
cocking mechanism.
Yeah.
Barrel.
And it also has, if you look here on the front of it, it has your military focus in there.
Yes.
There's a little military guy saluting with the flag behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now
then
you know
obviously-
he does that when he has his eyesight.
Well, then I'm so glad he did that the day he had his eyesight. for
I know.
me.
I mean, isn't that true, Anne? There's, he has a range of eyesight.
Yeah, he has low
Yes.
vision.
He has very low vision, and so it's a blessing he can make all that for us. But people don't realize.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
you say all this though, Ann and Lynn, but just Glenda has an Etsy shop. She has an Etsy store where you can purchase things like this. So check out.
I think, she's starting one. I thought she was starting one. Is it
Yeah.
already up? Is it
It's
up?
already up.
Right?
Glenda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Put up
she's
the link.
concerned with and without vision.
Yeah,
Yes.
Glenda, you got a wrench. Drop your link.
And yeah,
Well,
Call me after we get off because I have a few questions. I have well, no, I have a one of Kyle's first. He got his first shell that he fired out of the land cannon, and I've polished that all up, and I'm going to make a light for him. And then he's also got a machine gun.
Oh, wow.
I guess I should use code words. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
boom boom or bang bang.
Yeah, bang bang.
who
A
cares?
bang bang.
And I'd love to make something like what Jesse has for Kyle with the bang bang pew that
Pew pew.
you know came out of his first shot out of a
Now, Jesse, when we were in the military, wouldn't that have been something for our commanders and for each of us talking to had to have said, well, do you have your bang 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 ping ping pong pong pong? And we'd be looking at each other going bing bing.
it
bing,
would
bing,
it would never happen, Lynn. Never happen.
No.
Can you imagine? Oh, I imagine it does now. Time out.
Oh, yeah, they get time out.
You got to remember, Ann and Lynn, that we grew up during the Archie Bunker days.
Yes.
We weren't as offended back then as they are today.
I watched that on Freevee about every evening for an episode.
But now,
Because
Scott,
it just cracks me up so much.
I
Yep.
know. Oh, yeah.
And,
Now,
and
Scott,
I'll
your
look at
son doesn't have that trouble, does he?
Archie Bunker, Fred, Fred
Maud,
Maud.
Fred Sanford, Maud.
Stanford, you name it. So
What's-
we grew up during those years when
Yeah.
I mean nothing really offended you. I mean,
Well,
stand-up
think about,
comedians could say whatever they wanted to, and
and think about Jackie Gleason. At the end of their show, he'd tell one of these days,
Yeah.
he was
And then
trying
you
to
had
beat
people-
her up,
To the
or
moon.
nut her to the moon.
yeah,
Oh, my
you had the
goodness.
Rat Pack. Remember the Rat Pack? They had Sammy Davis
yes.
Jr. And tell me he wasn't the butt of so many jokes.
Yeah.
And
Right?
he wasn't allowed to go in.
George
anywhere.
Carlin.
George
George
Carlin.
Carlin.
I mean, you can't say nothing anymore, and that's I think what comedians are really struggling.
They are
Even stuff
struggling.
on
Yeah.
like Seinfeld now.
Yeah.
There's some of them episodes, and they still play them.
Yeah.
But I said I'm so
No,
glad I don't work anymore because I would be so mad all the time
Yeah.
at how you have to be on step on glass all the time.
Believe
I
it
would-
or not, they even don't like Little House on the Prairie.
Yep.
Why?
Why?
Because it shows family values.
That's right. No.
Yeah.
It's
It's just gone to in a handbasket.
Yeah.
and
It
what was
has.
that now, Lynn? What were you?
I
were
started
about-
saying, now your son is military, so
Yeah.
he doesn't have that trouble. They still talk about things, don't they, Scott? No, they have to be.
I'm gonna have to bite my tongue
Oh,
because
okay.
I don't want to get him in trouble.
Oh, no, no,
other
no.
than
So see,
other
that is
than
different.
they can't even raise their voice at a
Oh, yeah.
private who's about to blow off his arm. He
So it's
cannot
better to-
scream stop because you might offend him
or
or
his
her
feelings.
or her.
or hurt their feelings. And
Exactly. You may hurt their feelings, and it's really sad to say that after
Oh, I didn't
33
mean to bring the can of worms up. I didn't know that.
no, after 33
that.
years,
Well, yeah.
I resigned from coaching because of what happened last year. I had a few of those individuals who didn't like to be told how to play the game. They were
Right.
going to tell the coach how they were going to play the game. And I just said,
Yeah.
33 years
Well-
of youth coaching out the door. I
33
resigned.
years.
That's terrible. Well, I'm gonna get political for a second.
You give me one more minute, and then I have to go. But
Okay.
guys,
I just hate the fact that they have changed the rules now in Congress that they don't have to wear suits. The men don't. Just for one individual, because he wouldn't do what was right and wear man pants like a man. He
Right.
wanted to wear shorts, and he wears shorts and a hoodie, and I won't say his name, but I think it is so shameful
it is.
that they bent the rules. I made a new rule just for him, So I saw on Twitter some of our Congress ladies and different ones saying, "Well, I guess I'll wear a bikini when I come."
Well,
And I'm
they
like, you go, girl, you go, you wear that bikini. But
You
I
saw
just,
it on what? Where did you see it?
it's
it's on the web.
On
it's
Twitter?
on
Yeah,
look on news. Yeah, it's on
It's on the
Twitter.
news.
It's
what he's
I thought
wearing.
Let
I
me-
thought Twitter I thought Twitter was gone. I thought it was X now.
X.
It is.
Yeah, X. I think
Where have
I
I
you
been?
should have.
No,
I think
it's
you
not
should have
Twitter.
kept the name.
I'm just messing with you, Ann.
No, but it is. It's
It's
called
X.
X now.
Yeah, they
not
changed it
Twitter.
to X.
Yeah, I'm trying to
They don't
find
even have
that.
the bird anymore. You can't even shoot the
No,
bird.
they don't. They
You can't
call
shoot
it
the
something
bird.
else. Yeah, God, you don't tweet no more. I think that was.
Yeah.
I don't know, Elon. You shouldn't have done that. Should have just left it.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
if he spent $43 million on $43 billion on a company, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, and he should be able to say, okay,
Yeah.
so, okay, let me go over here. Well, our senators are slamming the new dress code, and I think that they should, because I don't think see. This is what's happened with our society. We've let the little people like
Dictate the
Yeah,
math.
take over. That's
Right.
right, and that's not how life works. And I think this gentleman needs to dress like a man instead of like.
A boy.
No, I have another word, but I ain't.
Oh, okay.
Sure, like one of the young ones.
Oh, I just think it's so disgraceful. I just
Yeah.
think our society is so in the toilet and it's so disgraceful.
Well,
Oh.
after 120 years of football at our high school, we were called the Redmen. And it had nothing to do with Indigenous folks.
Sure.
It was actually after the Dutch, because of the red tinge to their skin whenever they came over. That's actually, they always wore red. And they were called the Red Men. Well, it was a liberal that started 6 years ago. And he was offended. The entire school cost thousands and thousands of dollars to rename.
Right.
And now my son was fortunate. He got to be a red man.
Good.
And there was blood, sweat, and tears left on that football field from those kids. And just to rip it out from underneath them. And
Yeah.
nobody, even the teachers, were like, really? Did you take the time to understand what that word actually meant? We live about less than an hour away from the Algonquin Anagia, I forget how you say it in Indigenous, but a reserve.
Mhm.
Their leaders came to our school and said, leave the kids alone. They still changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just bend to the few. And I just,
It's sad.
It's sad. And I mean, that riles me up. I just,
There's
get
a-
off
there's
off
a-
my soapbox now because I know Lyndon has to go.
Yeah, I have
Yes.
It's gotten so crazy that there is a country in West Africa, you know it. It's called Niger.
Yes.
Yes.
You got these people saying they need to change the country of their country's name because it sounds too much like something else.
Yeah. I wondered when that was coming. Uh-huh.
Well,
Yeah.
and India is changing their name.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, are you serious? These guys have been around for hundreds and if not thousands of years, and you want to change their name just because you're offended by or that it sounds too much like another word? It's Niger.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Well, guys, I thank you, Jesse, Lisa, Scott, for coming on today. I have to go. I have to take cameraman. He has now got to go get an epidural in his spine after it 1 o'clock.
Oh,
So it's been fun around here for a day or two.
Well, I will talk
Well,
to you later, Lynn.
I hope I see you in a couple
I
days.
hope
Lynn,
I see you real
but
soon.
please don't rush yourself if you're not capable. I
know.
understand.
Oh, I know.
And it'll happen soon enough.
Yes, it
just it'll be in a different place at a different time.
That's right.
But you look after yourself before.
Oh, thank you guys. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you some granny kisses out from Aunt Lynn. Mwah, mwah. And I will talk to you all, and I will catch you all on your channels. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. And then
Yeah,
there was
I'm really glad I don't work anymore because
Me
Well,
too.
I would be
I can
so
deal with
aggravated.
but I can deal with the work. You know what? I'm glad we don't have children in school. I'm so glad our kids aren't in school these days.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
definitely be homeschooling if I did.
Yeah.
And that's like our grandkids. We have so many. We have 15 now
Yeah.
between us, and that's a lot of kids. And yeah, it's kids can't just be kids and just I just
Not anymore.
it's it's a mess, and we can't be ourselves.
Yeah.
In public. You're afraid who you're going to offend. I was at one of my medical providers about maybe a year and a half ago now, and she told me she was so mad. She was a PA, and she said she's about ready to give it up. She'd been doing it for 20 years because they had just come out of a meeting, and they were told that they needed. This is in the hospital, okay, or a hospital clinic. In the hospital, to put litter boxes in the bathrooms. And she said, we said, no, we're not doing that. How sick is our world, people?
Exactly. Yeah.
How low are we going to go? But
They dress up as cats,
right.
and they're known as the cat people.
They call them
And
furries.
we
Furries or
went,
something like that.
yeah, the furry critters or whatever. Anyways, we just went through that last year around here.
Well,
And,
I guess it was about.
But it's even happening in our homesteading community around here. We ran out of eggs
Seriously.
the other day. We went to the guy who gives us our eggs, and he said, "We don't have any eggs." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because all my hens are identifying as roosters." Who does that? Who does that? I know we got no eggs.
Oh, that's good. I like that's funny. But yeah, anyhow, we have fun here on YouTube, don't we? We can.
That's
you know,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still have to be careful what we say, but
Right.
we can
As
still
long
have
as you're playing
fun.
in their sandbox, you got to play by their rules.
True, but the people,
Right.
if they don't
We-
like it, they can just scroll on by.
Right. Just
Hmm.
yeah. Don't watch
You-
anymore.
you
Yeah,
can-
don't watch, don't comment. Just
You can have it,
scroll.
Glenda. You can have it.
Just go.
But anyhow, well, this has been so much fun having you
Yeah.
guys on today. I really appreciate you being here today. And Scott, we're going to see you Saturday. Wear your
Oh, yeah.
tennis shoes.
Well,
I
I'll
hope
see
you
you
like
Friday. I'll see
Are
you.
you like to go shopping?
I guess I'm gonna have to on Saturday.
He will if he wants to get to know y'all.
If you're going to hang
Yeah.
with us, I have a meeting in the morning. It won't take too long. But
Yeah,
after
I'm gonna.
that,
I don't know. I'll probably leave about Friday noon. It'll put me in there about supper time.
okay, well, we'll be there too. So maybe we'll hook up for supper.
Oh yeah, we'll hook up for supper and
Okay.
evening chat and you
Okay.
said the one hotel to stay away from but go to the other, and that's close by where you guys are going to be.
Just across town.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a little town. So yeah, not that
You
far.
got 2 stoplights, Scott. Come on.
No, they
Yeah,
only
oh no, there's more than that. But it's a rural area. You
Yeah.
have to go like an hour, either direction to really
Thank you,
like
Miss
do the
Ann.
big time shopping. Big stuff. But,
Yeah.
we do have a Walmart, but it's very small and it doesn't have a full grocery. It just has some refrigerated, some freezer stuff.
okay.
So it's that's kind of disappointing. But there's a big Wegmans, which is a New York chain, and I like it real well. Linda said,
Okay.
"We're going to Wegmans." Okay, I have a whole list of what we have to do, and I have been I was informed that I have to go out to this meat farm and get meat sticks.
And
3 bags.
you got to understand that Scott's from a small town, Braeswood, or something
McNabb
like that.
Brayside.
Brayside.
Braeside. I mean, in order to get tax money, they even have to count the chickens as citizens in order to get enough money for taxes. So he's
And if
familiar with a small town.
If they
Well,
walk their chickens, I charge them more.
Exactly.
Well,
Don't laugh. One old fella does walk his chickens every day, and I will get it on video.
oh,
He's got little booties for his chicken.
oh.
It walks up the road beside him. Like,
Are you sure the chicken isn't walking him?
Is his name Daz?
no, it's not Daz. No.
The chicken's not walking him?
Well, it very well could be, because some days I don't even know if this fella knows where he is.
Oh.
No, Glenda, you're still crazy.
Oh yeah. No, there's no questions there. Of course she's crazy.
She's gonna miss her little disabled chicken there.
Oh, Sir Grace will look after it.
Yeah, he will.
So he's going to be on chicken duty all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, him and Lynn's husband, they're gonna hang out together and take care of all the critters, all the the girls. And,
Goodness gracious.
yeah, so they'll have a good time. They always have a good time.
He's gonna take care of the chicken that he's gonna be going. Now I told you you need to straighten up or else.
Oh, she'll be watching. She can watch what's happening with her girls. She's got chicken cameras everywhere.
I'm just gonna leave
She
that
does.
right alone.
Don't you?
No.
Don't you, Glenda?
She sold the idea of the security cameras as security for the house. That's how she got them. It's really for the chicken.
Well, it's for the chickens, and you should see their coop. She's got them on the coop. They're everywhere. You're under total surveillance when you go to her house. Aren't you, Glenda?
Can't sneak up
I
on
had
her.
to go. Yeah, I had to go over and let her little doggy out one day for a couple times. Last Sunday, in fact. So you're on surveillance.
Yeah, she said, "Mom, I see you rummaging through my tomatoes over there."
Yeah. Oh, I did pick tomatoes.
Get out of
Oh,
my
are
garden,
they-
Mom.
Play around. Yeah.
Oh,
Don't mess
the
with Glenda.
She had like tomato geddon, and are they
Tomato geddon.
tomato? Yes. So good. I hate
There's only a
tomatoes.
few ladies that I'm scared of, and Glenda, Mrs.
There's one of
Doubtfire, is one of them.
Oh, don't worry about her. I'll keep her in line. I can
Okay.
still whip on her, whip up on
That's
her.
right.
And
We saw you slapping that watermelon, so we know you can whip on her.
I can whip up on my baby. She's my oldest girl. I said, geez, she's pushing 50. She's getting old.
Ouch.
I'm watching the chat. She's got a few years.
Yeah,
3
but
years.
she's only 5 minutes from your house. She could pop in through that door because she now has a key.
Oh, she has a key, don't she? Oh,
Right.
yeah, I gave her one for just because emergency. And
Yeah.
I have in the past locked myself out, and it's like I don't
Shit,
nobody. I did that when we lived in Wisconsin and I didn't know anybody. I
now
locked her.
she's-
I locked,
Now
You
she's
know,
throwing back.
remember how old you are. Yeah, I
we-
know. Well, I don't look it, so I don't worry.
I haven't used the key in 30 years.
Yeah, well, no, it's probably
Huh?
been about 20.
Okay,
We-
20 years.
Yeah, because we replaced both our not handles because we still have a handle, but it's the locks. So we have the combination ones.
Mm.
Push in your number and then you go
I haven't
in.
used the key in
Because-
a long.
Yeah, we were always he either would leave the key or when we couldn't get in the house. And,
Oh, I would leave the key.
yeah,
See, folks,
it was never me.
it's all day.
So
I
thought-
it's been a lifesaver. Yeah, we
Oh
love
yeah,
it.
we love it because you can also set separate. She has her code, I have my code, and my son has his code, and You can
You can
change
keep
them.
track.
You can
Mhm.
yeah, you can put them on for a certain time. It's nice.
Yeah, that's that. I was famous for locking myself out. So.
Yep. Well, they also have them now. That one is not. These are old, but now they have them to where you can have it signed to your phone. So if
Yeah.
you call Glenda and say, Glenda, let me in, she can get in there and go. Okay, it unlocks it and
Yeah.
let you in.
Mine,
I-
as long as you're near it with your cell phone, it knows it'll talk to it
Wow.
Bluetooth.
and
Yeah.
whoop, right through.
You
Kinda
know,
like
we.
some of the cars that do that.
Oh,
You walk up next to it and
It automatically unlocks.
before you
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Debbie's new Qashqai does.
But the best part about it is that when you close that door, like 5 seconds after you close it, it locks. So you don't have to ever
Yep.
remember, did I lock the door? No, it automatically locks.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ours are old. The newer ones are even better than that.
We had ADT for a lot of years because when we lived in different states and didn't know anybody, so I said I would feel better with something, so we had that for a long time. But I just canceled when we moved here because where we're at and we don't need it. I mean, I guess we could get a Ring doorbell. Our neighbors have a Ring doorbell, but I
Well,
don't
then
know.
you don't need it as long as it's pointed towards your door.
Yeah, and and I have a peephole, so I could get up on a ladder and look.
I was
to
gonna
see
say
who's
you need a
there.
step ladder.
The
to
peephole's
look
up
through that
here,
window.
Just
Yeah, I know that.
just have Glenda add another camera to her cadre there
and have it over
put
at my house.
have it at your house. Yes, so she can watch
Yeah,
that too.
yeah. Hey, that's an idea. Well, I think you have to be on the same internet, don't you?
Unless it's web based, she may be able to add it that way.
Oh yeah. Hey, Glenda.
Hint, hint, Glenda.
Hey,
I'll add a
Glenda.
camera at your front door.
No, we're fine. We're fine here, so not a big deal. But anyhow, this has been so much fun.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for
again,
inviting us.
oh, we're so glad to have you, Jesse and Lisa. Nice to see you here. And Scott, we'll see you this weekend. And
Yes,
Lynn will
we
be
will.
there this weekend. And, I'm sure she will, but it always gets me when she
It never fails.
yeah, yeah. And one time, well, anyhow, we just have to keep patching ourselves up,
That's it.
I don't know if my phone is doing something nutty or if I'm hearing somebody there. You guys all, I don't guess
It sounded like somebody's phone was ringing
A buzz.
or
Yeah.
buzzing. Yeah,
a buzzing, and it's
but it wasn't ours.
okay.
No, it wasn't mine either.
Well, it had to be mine, but I don't. Only thing I
You're-
have is
Isn't that funny how you hear it? Bzz, bzz, everybody starts looking.
At their phone.
yeah.
Bzz, bzz, bzz.
Oh,
Who is it?
now I get so many spam calls though.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I've had 8 in one day here lately. It's just so aggravating. Already I've
Well,
had 2.
Or
Okay, but
telemarketers.
there's a function on your phone that you can turn on that if it doesn't recognize a number, then it puts it automatically to it basically deletes it for you. And I have that turned
Yeah,
on
I've
on
got-
mine, so I hardly ever get any of that. Yeah, I get every now and then one or two to get through, but for the most part, if I don't know you, it's not coming through.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, hey, I want to thank everybody who's in the chat. I didn't get a chance to really say hello to anybody. I wasn't really paying attention to the chat. I was just mostly, we've had so much fun here. But I do want to say thank you to everybody. And make sure, Glenda, I know you've been doing it, I think. The links for all the great channels and our 2 special guests here today, 3 special guests. Make sure their channels are in the chat too, if you would.
Yeah, I think Danny and Glenda, they've been putting links in, and
Oh, great. Josh, put your link in there, Conquest Josh.
he
They've
can't.
got to
he's not-
tune in. Yeah. And Conquest Mama, that's his mom.
In the chat, they were talking. When they were talking about Little House on the Prairie, they are actually related to the, the original.
The Ingle?
Laura Ingalls, the family there. Yeah, I saw that in the chat earlier.
Wow.
Oh, very cool.
I have to go back and read the chat because I just haven't been once in a while. Take us, but
Yeah.
at one time it was really rocking and rolling there. I couldn't keep up with it. But anyhow, well, guys, I guess we're gonna say goodbye for now. Thanks again, and
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
thank you so much. And hey, we'll see everybody back here next Wednesday.
We go live
It-
Saturday. We go live Saturday.
You go live
5
Saturday?
5 p.m.
Mhm.
At
Thursday.
Okay, Thursday.
The link is up
And-
already.
And Ann Lynn and Glenda might be on my live Friday night.
Ooh, we could be.
Maybe.
Sure could be.
We'll see how it goes.
So anyhow, well, okay. So thank you so much, Scott, Jesse, and Lisa. It's been an honor to have you guys on our show. We'll see everybody else back at the Ann Lynn channel on Wednesday at 10 a.m. And until then, you guys want to, well, you want to do grandpa kisses or daddy kisses, or I'm going to do grandma kisses. We always do granny kisses.
You two can do granny kisses and we'll just
Okay.
supervise.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll see you next time.